We've all heard it, right? Invest in yourself. But what does that actually mean? Like, sure, I'd love to invest in myself, but where do I even put the money or my time? If you've ever felt that disconnect between the idea and what that actually looks like, stick around. Because in this video, I'm gonna be sharing 3 ways that I'm investing in myself so that it can give you an idea of how you can do the same for you. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Luke Embers. I'm a fire knife dancer in Chicago. Ever since 2023, I decided to go full-time with my fire dancing business. And the goal of this channel is to share my journey, my growth, and my lessons that I've learned along the way. So with that said, let's jump right in. So the first way that I'm investing myself is through my skills. As a fire dancer, my main product or service is my performance. So I wanna make sure that I'm constantly growing and constantly learning new moves so that I can improve what I provide for people. Now this one sounds pretty obvious, but there's a lot more to it than you really think. It's not just about the fire dancing itself, but everything entailing around that performance as well. So for example, my physical fitness. How am I training? How am I conditioning my body so that when I do my fire dancing, it translates and makes my moves stronger, faster, and more flowy? And the way I'm doing that is exercising regularly at the gym. For the past couple of years, I was really focused on training calisthenics and bodyweight fitness. And while I'm still doing that, I'm moving away less towards strength training and more towards mobility training. So I've been really trying to focus on building mobility on my shoulders and my back and really just opening up the shoulders so that I can get more range of motion, because I realized the more I was doing strength training, the less I was stretching and the less mobility I was getting. So honestly, it was getting hard to do certain moves or at least reach in different areas. By allowing myself to be more mobile, I can actually do moves in different planes, such as when I'm passing it around my back but bending forward, right? There's that move that I do that you've seen in some of my past videos. And by allowing myself to increase my shoulder flexibility or mobility, I'm straining my muscles less, or I'm straining my body less, and it's a lot easier to do. So that's just one aspect of my training that I'm trying to incorporate. The next one is dynamic moves. And this is where I'm trying to really separate myself from others and incorporate flips and tricks. And you've seen in my past videos where I take you guys to the tricking gym and I'll record a vlog or share with you my training. And I really want to incorporate flips with fire so that it adds a whole other realm of stunts, of excitement, and just elevating that experience to the next level. And then one more aspect of this is actually the performance itself. So not about just the moves, but how fast am I doing the moves? Am I slowing down at certain parts? What does my face look like? What are my facial expressions when I'm on stage? Does it fit the vibe that I'm trying to give? What about my costuming, right? How does the way I present myself on stage translate to the story or the performance that I'm trying to convey? A big one for me that I have trouble with, that I'm slowly trying to work on, is slowing down also. So I'm used to going super fast with my fire knife. I do have a difficulty slowing down. And I think slowing down is probably one of the most powerful things you can do in any type of performance. If you've seen like a TED Talk or someone speak live, you'll notice that they probably take quick pauses. And those pauses can be extremely powerful because they build emotional tension up, right? Especially if they're sharing their journey or sharing a very personal story, can really elevate that performance. And I kind of want to do the same thing for me. So learning how to slow down with my fire dancing, like being very dynamic and slow and dramatic with it, I think can really take me to the next level. And all this stuff just comes with practice, right? Practicing in my backyard, practicing at the gym, training, doing mobility, stretching daily, really good habits that I'm trying to establish so that I can see results in my performance long term. So the second way I'm investing in myself is by rebuilding my YouTube studio. So I've been making videos for about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years. And lately I've just been really wanting to level up. I mentioned earlier in the video that I want this YouTube channel to share my journey as I'm building up this business and brand for myself, and also provide the ambiance that I want to share with you guys. So currently I live with my parents, and our family just recently moved to a new house. I saw this as an opportunity to recreate my studio, to really make it a workspace dedicated for making videos. And so as a result of that, I have kind of a better backdrop. I invested in some lighting. I also bought a new camera. The past couple of years, I've been recording on a GoPro Hero 9 and 10, And as much as I love GoPro, they are really bad in low lighting and especially more of this traditional face-to-face type of video. GoPros are really great for action shots and outdoors when it's nice and bright. Or like POV wide shots, but I wanted something dedicated to being in this more intimate space with you guys. So the camera that I'm currently using now is a Canon EOS R50V. It's a pretty new camera that just came out, I think, a couple months ago, and I was doing my research, and ultimately I chose this one because it was built specifically for videos like this. Canon cameras are known for being easy to use for beginners, and by every mean, I am a beginner with figuring out how to use a camera and the settings and stuff like that. So I wanted to go with something that wasn't too advanced for me. Also provided high quality video in 4K. Right now I'm recording in 30 FPS, but this goes up to 4K 60 FPS, I believe, and a bunch of other features that will really come in handy in the future. Not to mention the price. In the future, I could maybe make a review of the camera and a little bit more of a deeper breakdown into the features, what I like about it, how I use it, so that if you're in a position kind of like me where you want to upgrade your video quality, your camera quality, and start making videos like I'm doing, maybe that'll be a fun video to make in the future for you guys. So anyways, I love this new space so much more because it's so much more intentional, it's so much more organized, and I wanted to make sure that everything that I'm using is intentional and has a purpose that will allow me to create videos in a better way and just elevate my workplace to the next level. I think I'll also make a future video breaking down my workspace too. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments below because I think that'd be pretty fun, and I could also recommend some other products that I use that help me out. So, and last but definitely not least, the last way I'm investing in myself is through my relationships. Now this one isn't necessarily in a monetary way, but more of a time-based way. And you know what they say, time is your biggest asset. And I realized that as I'm going on this journey, as I'm trying to build my own business and kind of build my own brand, I want to enjoy the journey. And it's also the people along the way that you're with that make that journey much more memorable and meaningful. I know it's super cliche, but it's the truth, right? If you think about it, who are the people that are supporting you? Who are the people pushing you to do the things that you want to do? And if you don't have those people in your life, that's probably a signal for you to find others and surround yourself with people who want to support you. And so I recognize that in my life, and I'm very, very privileged and very fortunate to have a loving family who is supportive of what I'm trying to do. I have a beautiful and amazing and loving and supporting girlfriend, Eva. I want to make time for my family and for my girlfriend and even my friends too. I'll be fair, I'll be honest, I don't really hang out with friends too much. I want to make a better effort at doing that. And so my fire dancing business and the videos that I'm trying to create, that take up a lot of my time. What's the point of doing all this if you're going to be by yourself in the end, right? Me personally, I want to create a legacy that I can share with my family and friends. And I think that's important too, to share the journey and to share the love. So this can look different in your life, and this can look different in my life too, depending on the scenarios and what's going on. For example, my older sister is in Australia. She's been there for almost 6 months now. And while obviously I can't really see her in person, I do try to make the effort to FaceTime her here and there just to catch up, to see how things are going. Shout out Alexa, hope you're doing well in Australia. But yeah, just trying to make sure that taking as much consideration as I can for my friends and my family while also doing the things that I want to do with work. Now keep in mind that there are so many different ways that I'm trying to invest myself, very microscopic ways here and there, but I'd say these are the 3 biggest ways that I'm trying to invest in myself. They're all related in one shape or form, and maybe next month it'll look different. So keeping that in mind about how you want to invest yourself moving forward. And also, I do want to say that when it comes to the things that have a high cost or price tag, specifically like getting a new camera or new equipment, it's very scary at first. You have to really ask yourself, will this get me to where I want to go? And for example, this camera, yeah, it was very expensive, but being able to make the videos that I want to create and also use it to capture content for my fire dancing and even for shows so that I can use to promote myself for other shows and gigs. That I know will pay for itself soon, even though there's that huge cost at first. And also, I know there's so many different things you have to consider, but these are just things that I'm really trying to consider and really trying to provide for you when you're making these decisions, is that don't get too excessive with it, right? You don't need all this stuff to make it work, because before I created my YouTube studio, all I had was a GoPro and some basic lighting. I knew nothing about lighting or how to record videos, but I just got started. That's ultimately where you have to go, is to just get started and gradually building over time, learning and seeing what else you need so you can take it to the next level. I hope that helped, and I hope you have a better idea of how you want to invest in yourself. That's what I'm doing for me, and I'm excited to share more of my journey with you guys. And so that's where I'm at right now. If you're interested in fire dancing yourself or want to learn how to get started, drop your email in the link through the description below, where you'll receive a free digital intro to Siva Afi, which is also known as the Samoan fire knife dance. It'll give you information on its history, how to get started, how to build your own practice knife, and beginner moves as well. So check that out if you're interested. And with that said, that's all I got for you guys in this video. So like always, be what remains, and I'll see you next time. Peace.